All right. Okay. Hi. Welcome. Welcome back. This is Okay, let's try that again. Honestly, I don't even know why I try. All right. Hi. Welcome. Either welcome back or welcome to my podcast. It has been called Freshwaterfibers podcast, which I liked but wasn't crazy about, so I've been thinking about changing the name. And if you see a new title on this, that's what I've decided to change it to. I'm thinking I'm trying to find something that doesn't already exist, of course, because I don't want to use someone else's name. So a lot of names that I came up with are already taken, but so far I'm leaning towards Charlotte's Stitching Story or Charlotte Stitches or something like that. So whatever the title is, that's what I ended up coming up with. So welcome. It's been quite a while since my last podcast. We were in the middle of the polar vortex, I believe, the last time I podcasted. And I have some gardening videos to show you. So it is September 4th, Wednesday, September 4th, 2019, the second day of school. Yay. However, I have a sophomore at Michigan State University, a senior in high school, and a sophomore in high school. And so, of course, they worked all summer long. I hardly saw them. I will probably see them now more that school has started than I did all summer long when they were working all the time. So it's not the hurrah that it used to be. I used to drop them off at school and then go to the neighboring town Charlevoix to the bakery, and I would sit by the marina with the beautiful late summer sun and the quiet by myself and have a donut and a cup of coffee and relish in my newfound solitude. But I don't need to do that anymore because they worked all the time. So it's the beginning of the empty nester. So my husband actually and I went camping by ourselves this summer. We took the 3 dogs, and it was nice. It was very nice. Nobody said they were bored. Nobody asked us for money. Nobody said, is it time to go home yet? So it was great. Let's see, I probably already showed you the garden. All right, it's a beautiful fall morning. Fall has definitely arrived in northern Lower Michigan. And I thought I would show you when I'm not knitting or crocheting or sewing or quilting in the summertime, I have a garden. So I thought I'd give you a tour before the season ends. So I have my roses out front. They're on the end of their second bloom for the summer. So here we go. We have some garlic chives. Cilantro has gone to seed. Lots of chamomile for tea. There's supposed to be a pumpkin, but if I don't have a pumpkin by September, we're not getting pumpkins. Green beans. Oh, this is going to bang in the wind, so I better shut it. It's very windy. Nothing compared, of course, to the Hurricane Dorian. Absolute devastation in the Bahamas. Tomatoes. The dinosaur kale. It's an Italian heirloom. Oh, I just love my David Austin roses. Isn't that beautiful? trying to grow some sunflowers. They're taking their sweet time also. Everything is so far behind. Get some tomatoes. These we purchased from Bonnie Plants. And got a short little tomato worm video, but that's the effects of the damage from the tomato worms. Some of my tomatoes. Peppers, tomatoes. I have some heirloom, Italian heirloom red cipollini onions, some beans, lime zinnias, aren't those great? Tomatoes, sunflowers, apple trees. I was trying to, originally I was espliering these. But I haven't done it in a while, so branches are growing everywhere, but I need to train these off to the side. I'll do that this fall. Tomatoes. I do have one pie pumpkin. Winter luxury pie. So we'll get 2 pumpkin pies out of the garden. Beets, lettuce, basil's gone to seed. These are great. Rhubarb, sage, so everything is very far behind. Really not doing well. Some things I planted 3 times still didn't come up. Fennel, that always grows amazingly. It's supposed to be an annual. It is not bulb fennel. It is, I grow it for seed. Comes back every single year. Excuse me, huge. The seeds. I dry those for a toasted spice rub, which is amazing. Oh, these guys are falling over. The wind has just been crazy. This is called an atomic grape. Aren't those awesome? They're taking forever to get ripe. They're supposed to be red and purple with splashes of gold, but they're taking forever. I mean, it's September 3rd and I still don't have a tomato off of that one. That got blown over. My one cucumber plant that grew, oh, I have cucumbers. They're pretty big. My one plant that grew out of 3 plantings. I mean, just crazy this year. Thank goodness we don't feed ourselves out of this garden. And it reseeds itself. The morning glory. Isn't that amazing? I suppose it'll spread. It's starting on that wall over there. Just beautiful. But I don't touch these. And they grow back every year on their own. So here we are. Hopefully you could hear me over the wind. But this is my potager. It's fashioned after the French kitchen garden. And so let's get back to the knitting. Thanks. It's time to get into the knitting and sewing craziness. So I have lots of things to show you, but keep in mind it has been 6-7 months since I last podcasted. It was one of those things where I wanted to podcast, but I didn't have a finished object, so it's kind of, what are you going to talk about? And then it was, well, I'm almost done with this one. I might as well wait so that I have something to show. And then, of course, while you're finishing that one, you started something else. Well, if I wait, then I'll have 2 finished objects to show. And, you know, so here we go. This probably could be called the Misfit episode because I have finished objects, but they didn't quite turn out the way I wanted. So anyway, let's get into it. So I have knitting first, and then follow up with some sewing. So this is my craft room. I have my lights on, and I'm filming with my new iPad, which hopefully has enough memory for a video. After, if you've been watching my videos, which, thank you, Harper Springs. And I thought only my mother watched my videos. There's a very nice lady in Harper Springs, Michigan, that I met while I also work part-time at a florist in Charlevoix. And she came in and recognized me, so that was lots of fun. But anyway, so hello, Harper Springs. And so let's get started. Finished object number 1. We'll do these in chronological order, I guess. You may recall I was working on Camilla Vad's Magnolia sweater. And, oh gosh, I don't have the yarn labels, but my leftover yarn is right here. So I do have quite a bit of leftover yarn. This yarn caddy is awesome when you're holding yarns together. I've talked about this a couple of times. So if you use a winder for your yarns, you get a cake, and then you just pull the yarns together and they rotate. You have to make sure they go the same way, but they come out the same way. And it's fabulous. Highly recommend it when you're holding yarns together. So this is finished. If you follow my Instagram, you would have seen that I had a problem. It was too short. So I did my very first sweater surgery. Perhaps I'll insert some photos where I picked up stitches right above the laced detail and pulled the sweater apart, added a couple of inches, and then put it back on. However, I had problems. Okay, so, well, I could try it on, but maybe it's just as well that I just show it to you. So it's done. It's fabulous. I love it. However, I need to redo the bottom half. So here is the finished sweater. I'm sure you can see right away what one problem is. I did not alternate skeins, which you should do with hand-dyed yarn. So the top is lovely, looks just fine. Then you get a little striping, no big deal. Well, then there's this whole section right here, which did not get any speckles. So that's a problem. Then, okay, I'll put this on now, so then you can see what the problem is. Hold on. Well, just taking my shirt off. It's cold. I have a flannel shirt on. Yes, it's the beginning of September, and fall is here, and I really would love to be wearing this. So, as you can see, it fits lovely. Lovely, lovely. Perfect. I love the neck. The top is lovely. This, as a dyer myself, that's kind of annoying, so I really think that has to go. As you can see, so here's my waist. I added 2 inches. I mean, it was like up here. Here, so it really looks fine. I think I did an excellent job joining the pieces back together, except when I got to the end, I had more stitches on the top needle than I did on the bottom needle, like 12 more stitches. How? I have no idea, because I picked up stitches along the top, picked up the same stitches I thought on the bottom, and so you can see it's kind of like my socks that kind of have the thing that sticks out. So that's got to go, which is a bummer. So I thought of picking it up again, taking this out, but I don't know. I'll probably just end up with the same problem. And I did my baubles backwards, so they actually stick on the inside instead of outside. They should stick up this way. So, I don't know. It's so cozy warm. It's held double. Well, I already showed you mohair. Something Owl out of Texas is the dyer. I mean, and this happens. And after I made this as a dyer myself, I try to be more conscious of making sure each skein in the pot gets speckles. So, really wanted to wear this. My girls and I went to Copenhagen this summer, and this designer's from Copenhagen. She does not have a storefront, so it's not, I didn't see her. So but I really wanted to wear this in Copenhagen, but it's just a mess. So, right, it's, you know, I gotta, I don't know, looks like a third nipple. So, bummer. So, finished object number 1, problems, has to be fixed in some fashion. You know, I could pick up stitches again above the problem. Actually, right where the die starts. This, yeah, you can see it, but it's not as bad as this part here. So I could pick up stitches here, take them out to here, re-knit this, and then try making sure I count so that I don't have to do all of this. I could. And then if it doesn't work, whatever, then I just keep going and re-knit that. So that'll probably be what I have to do. I don't know, this winter. This winter, when I feel like tackling it. We'll try that. Okay. Finished object number 2. I don't have, and I forgot to take pictures. Remember the Good Company wrap I was making by Espace Tricot? Nothing wrong with the pattern. Absolutely nothing wrong with the pattern. Of course, I didn't use the weight of yarn recommended in the pattern. I never do. I never use the yarn in the pattern. I keep giving away all my mom's secrets. But she always has to order the yarn that they recommend in the pattern. And I'm like, why? Just, I don't know. I never do. Never once have I ever used the yarn recommended in the pattern. So, of course, I run into problems. Whatever. It's yarn. And it was going to be too ginormous, too heavy, too much. I was using too much. It was using so much yarn that it was getting out of control, the amount of yarn it was using, and it was gonna, even though it was my Fatwool yarn, I didn't want to use all of my Fatwool yarn then, because there'd be nothing left for somebody to buy if they liked it and wanted to make the same thing. It was just gonna be too much. So I took that all apart, and but you've seen it. I don't even have to show you the pattern. You've seen it. I've seen it on a million podcasts. Locatelli, sorry. I had to stabilize the table. Locatelli's Hipster Shawl. It was beautiful. And I gave that when we went to Denmark for our exchange students' graduation. I gave it to her as her graduation gift. And did I get a picture of it? No. But I have asked her to send me pictures. So hopefully I can insert them here. Hopefully I can get her to take a number of different views so that you can see. It turned out lovely. I think she liked it. She seemed appreciative. But you know, it's graduation and they do all these things. So yeah, my mom and my two daughters, we went. And first we went to Paris for 3 nights. And had a lovely time. Just walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. We did not wait in any lines, so we didn't go into any museums or anything. We were just out walking. I think the first day we walked over 12 miles. It was 93 degrees. We were there right before the huge heat wave hit Europe. The day we left Paris, it was supposed to be 99 or 102, something like that, the actual temperature that day. And then, of course, there's the heat index, which makes it worse. So we left right before the major heat wave, but oh my gosh. I mean, some people, before it was all said and done, were 114 degrees. I mean, that's just hot. That's just too hot. But we had a fabulous time. Yes, we went to La Bien-Aimée. Did I get a picture? No. We got in, it was way over on the other side, a complete arrondissement from where we were. And so we took an Uber driver. We took an Uber driver there. I put in the wrong address, so he took us back over the bridge, and I said, no, we're supposed to, because we started walking and then realized it was a really long walk. And so we were already on this side of the bridge heading towards La Bien-Aimée, and then he took us over this way, and he says, we're here. And I said, no, it's way over there. Well, I put in the wrong address. What do I know? And so I had to put in the address, and he was very nice and took us back across the bridge, and we got there. It is tiny. I know she has given shop tours, and it's small in the video, but when you're actually there, we walked in, there was a man on the couch waiting for his wife and girlfriend, and there was another lady shopping, and then my mom and I walked in, and it was, I mean, you had to say, excuse me, pardon me, to get in. Lovely selection. I did make some purchases. Oh, yes. And I chose La Bien-Aimée, this wonderful, her signature yellow shopping bag. I think my receipt's in there. We'll just leave that in the bag. So, I picked up some DK. I already have this one in the sock. This is peanut butter and jelly. And the colors are good today. We are not yellow or pink today. So I got that. I got DK because I want to make the Soldatna top, which these yarns are set out for, and I'm still trying to figure out what exactly to do. So I thought these would work, but I don't know. But I will find something to make this. I might make a hat out of. This one is Le Petit Nuage. Le Petit Nuage. So gray with purple speckles. Oh, there's some, either there's pink in there also, or the purple broke and it gave you pink. So this is dough. Isn't that lovely? It's kind of a mauvey gray. It's a warm gray with some fuchsia speckles, some straw colored speckles. Very pretty. And everybody's favorite, pop grunge. Pop grunge in DK. So, kind of a pretty true to form here with my color choices. Purple and yellow and gray. So, that's what I got at La Bien-Aimée. She was not there. I was really hoping to get back to the dye studio, but of course that didn't happen. I would have been really interested to see that. But we had a lovely time, and then we had an Uber driver back. I very nearly got out of the car and kissed the sweet ground that we were still alive. Of course, in Europe, I know Rome, other places are absolutely ridiculous with their driving. But this guy, you know, if somebody's turning not quickly enough for him, he goes around them, you know, on the turn, speeding down every alley possible. I mean, honestly, we got out of the car, and it was, thank you, Lord, we made it, because that was the craziest car ride I have ever been on. He was insane. He was in a hurry, apparently. All right, so then we went to Copenhagen and our lovely exchange students' graduation. It's just very nice to see the customs, you know, that are different than your own, and how they do things. We saw very little of her, but it was her special time, and we were just so pleased to be included and to be allowed to come and stay with the family during such an important and busy time. And got some sightseeing in and got to see Copenhagen, so lovely, lovely, lovely. And then on the way home, we stopped in Amsterdam for 2 days, 2 nights, basically a day and a half, and walked and walked and walked and walked and walked. And yes, we went to Stephen and Penelope. And yes, made some purchases. So at Stephen and Penelope, pretty sure I got more. I thought I got more than this. Well, I did take some for Geraldine, so I got some for Geraldine. So I did give her some, but oh, I got this at La Bien-Aimée, Pop Grunge and Sock, which I already have one, but I thought I better get 2 for Shawl. Yeah, so. Oh, where's my little box? Oh, here it is. So I got this little cute little box at Stephen and Penelope. It's like an Altoid shaped box, and inside it has a handy tape measure, a gauge marker, or not gauge marker, needle gauge, lovely pair of sharp scissors, a darning needle, and these lovely light bulb shaped stick markers. So that's a great little kit to have. Put it all back in. All right, so I got that, and then Garn Stories, one of my absolute favorite dyers. Really, really, really love. I think I gotta look over here. Garn Stories. I just drool every time I see their Instagram feed. So I got this, which is sock. Color is Funky Biz, I think. Oh my goodness, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? A little more blue on the video than it is in real life. It's more of a gray purple with orange and pink speckles. Lovely. This one is also sock, Pink Pegasus. Actually, looks a little bit like that. Garn Stories, Pink Pegasus. Love that. So pretty. And this one, don't know that a Garn Sour is this dyer. And I can't really read the colorway. Your Fiore? Not sure. But isn't that fabulous? So those are the 3 yarns I got at Stephen and Penelope. And I purchased this, which is almost all used up. Wanted to try Stephen West's new yarn, West Wool Bicycle. Maybe I need to look at the video. I've been looking over here, which I thought was the camera, but I don't know. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. Maybe I'll look in the middle. So, bicycle. This is Stephen West Wool. The color is powder. Very delicate. Looks a little cool in the video. It's pinkier, warmer pink. So his new yarn is, Oh, here it is. 90% Falkland Merino, 10% Texel. And this is powder, 390 yards. And bicycle is the sock weight, fingering weight. And tandem is, I believe, a DK. I don't know if it's worsted, but it's at least DK. Overall, I do like it. I think there are some guard hairs in it, though, because you'll go along and it has, you know, some nice stretchy, and then all of a sudden it doesn't stretch at all, and it just, at first I thought my own hair was getting caught in it, because it would suddenly kind of stick to my finger and it wouldn't be as stretchy and soft, and I couldn't figure out, and then it'll be soft again, and I'd look and I wouldn't see anything. But every once in a while you do see some white, longer, thicker hairs that stick up, and those are guard hairs from the fleece. And I don't see any sticking up right now. But that's what I'm thinking, that those are, so I don't know if it's from the Falkland Merino or if it's from the Tencel. I don't know if Tencel, I should look it up. I didn't even look it up. I don't know if Tencel is a wool or if it is synthetic. I have no idea. So, but I had to cast on right away in Amsterdam at the hotel, because I also picked up at Stephen and Penelope the new interpretations with Hohi Locatelli and Vera Valmecki. And I am making the Hidden Sweater, which is a fingering weight sweater, which, what was I thinking? Generally, I say absolutely not to a fingering weight sweater, but I was so excited to use the Stephen West wool, and I found this pattern, and I said, I'm gonna make that, and I started to make it, and I had cast on the ribbing for the, you top down, and I was making the cowl for the neck, and realized, wait a minute, this is fingering weight yarn, what am I doing? But whatever. So that's what I'm making. Instructions are written very, very well. Well, I might as well just show it to you now. It's a work in progress. And then we'll keep going with the trip and my other finished objects. So, whoa. I'm doing quite well. So, oh, for goodness sakes. This yarn is everywhere. Okay, come on. Untangle. Okay, we're still recording. Okay. Haven't been sitting here talking to myself again. So here we are. So far. It was supposed to be a longer sweater, but I stopped. It was supposed to be 2 inches longer, but I stopped. I like my sweaters to fit. So there's my top of my hip bone, so I don't know, just past, yeah, see, just past the t-shirt length there. That's where I like my sweaters. It's going very, very well written, and as you can see, I'm doing really well on the sleeve. There we go. So let's see. There's supposed to be 9 repeats for the decrease. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So 1 more decrease. And of course, long arms. So I've got a little bit more to go. That comes down like that. So we're close, close, close. A little bit more to go. What I did to know to stop here is that I have a commercial sweater that I bought that I really like the length of, and it's a turtleneck sweater just like this. So I measured that sweater from the underarm down, and that's how I decided to do that length. And it, when I tried it on, it was perfect. So, yep, looking forward to this. Like I said, that arm is, the sleeves are going quite well. So this one will not have to be redone. It will not have any problems. I will be able to wear it. This collection of patterns is really nice. I also want to make, there is a sleeveless, oh here it is, they call it a coat, but it's basically sleeveless. I want to make this also, and it is, I believe it's a worsted weight. Um, 130 yards per skein. So yeah, definitely worsted to Aran weight, it says. So I want to do that coat in yarn that I got from Edinburgh Yarn Festival. Pretty sure I've shown this to you before, and I have plenty. Croft 29. This is their single breed. They were there on the Sunday when they had the small scale vendors come in and get a chance for some attention. Croft 29. And they have a guest house. If you go to the Isle of Skye, you can stay. The next time I go to Scotland, I'm going to the Isle of Skye, and I will definitely stay with them. So this is genuine Hebridean yarn from the Isle of Skye. So, yeah, Croft 29. Gorgeous brown. You can see the flecks of the yarn. But yes, that's what I want to make out of that pattern book. Next. And this is my Mid-Mitten Design sweater bag. I've shown that before. Handy window. So it's gotten a lot of mileage and use. I love it. Very well made. All right, so let's see. And so yeah, that was it for Stephen and Penelope. So it was just a fabulous time. Walked and walked. Saw amazing things. And there you go. All right. So the next finished, again, yes, these are all finished autumns, but remember, it's been 6 months. I'm not any super crafter or anything. This was with La Bien-Aimée. Oh, where are the remnants so that I can tell you the colors? No. I don't think this is it either. No, I know what that is. Is it in here? No. Huh. Where? Oh. Here they are. Here we go. My leftover yarn. This was the Acclivous by NBK Knitting. Very, very easy, very nice to make, just enough of a change in the lace pad. There was supposed to be another lace pattern at the bottom, right here, but I was not going to have enough yarn to do it, and so I just left it out, and I don't know that I would have liked the lace section on the bottom. I like it kind of enveloped because there isn't a lace at the top, so I actually preferred it like this. So I realized that with my profinity for purple and yellow and all these bright colors, that I did not have anything neutral. So here we go. The lightest color is, drum roll please, And it's half eaten. Oh, don't even tell me. The first color is La Bien-Aimée. My dog ate the other half. So, gosh, I tell ya. I don't know. I don't know what color that is, but it's a beautiful light straw color with darker gold and speckles of blue. I might as well just put it right there. I don't know why I'm putting it by the camera. I swear I'm probably looking off camera the entire time. I don't know. I don't even know why I have this label saved. There's nothing on it. Does this, okay. Color number 2 is, and this is all I have left of color number 2. Drum roll, please. This one is, oh, this is all sport weight. So Merino Sport. It was probably supposed to be fingering, which is why I'm running out of yarn. Tea time. Oh, this is from the West Knit Yarn Along 2018. I bet you these 3 colors came together with the West Knit Yarn Along. And I obviously did not make the West Knit Shawl. But that one's, it's a more of a gray color, and it has some green, some gold, orange, or like yellow gold speckles. But that's all I have left of that. And this is all I have left of the 3rd color. And this one is, yeah, all 3 of these colors were the West Knit Yarn Along, which if I get to it, I could look it up. Yeah, probably. More pastries, please. And that is a navy gray, like a blue gray, and it has light, it's very tonal, so there's light and dark versions of the blue gray. There are some of that yellow gold speckle, the green speckle, and that's all I have left. So as you can see, the speckles weren't going to happen speckles. The lace was not going to happen even if I wanted it to, because I was not going to order yarn. I wanted to use yarn from my stash. So yeah, very happy with this. A second project that does not have to be redone, does not have to have anything fixed. It's just lovely. Lovely, lovely. So I would highly recommend this pattern. Don't need to wear that. Okay. Put that over here. Put those over here. Okay, I have one more. Yes, one more finished object. It's finished. There are no mistakes. However, it's a bit too tight. This is the fitted dress by Brandi. Oh, I don't have the pattern with me, so it's hard to see. I have to finish the sleeves. So pretty much all I have to do is do a row of stitching around the sleeve to finish off the underarm, and those are done. They're short sleeve. So it's on the mannequin, so the collar here sticks up. This detail on me pulls in like right here. I kind of had the feeling it was supposed to be out more. Don't worry, that's not a hole, that's where I joined the yarn. And yes, it's a fitted dress, and it is fitted. I don't know, can you block acrylic? I don't know. This is Lion brand, Wool Ease, Thick and Quick. 80 acrylic, 20 wool. So, I don't know. I'm going to try. We'll see what happens, I'll let you know. And the colorway is Eggplant, Aubergine. So you've seen this label, I'm sure, if you go to Michael's, Joann's, whatever, whoever sells that. I love it. Absolutely love it. It went amazingly fast. The details are amazing. none of my ends are tied in yet, so I have a gazillion loose ends that have to be tied in. So here's the back. So yeah, those need to be tied, woven in. That needs to be. Is my waist this small? No. So it's lovely, absolutely lovely. I just have broad shoulders, and the shoulders are. The next size up though was like 4 inches bigger, like on the hips, and I thought, well, I don't want to be swimming in this knitted dress, so I made the size exactly to my measurements, and it is fitted. So here, I'll try it on, but I do have to go off camera for this one. So just a minute. All right. Just trying to get it off the mannequin. Okay. So it's off the mannequin. Just a second. Just a second. Making sure you can't see me. Oh, you can kind of see me on the reflection there. Okay. Which side? Okay. All right. Hold on. Gotta get my arm under there. Is my arm under that one? Yeah, I think so. Okay. All right. It's just lovely. It really, really is. I feel like I need to put my hair. I mean, you know, I do. I really like it. I do. So let's, fashion show when you're all by yourself. That'd be interesting. Okay, so the hair's out of the way. We'll do that. Oh, see, and I'm hoping I can get the collar to stand up a little bit more. Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to look over here. So yeah, disregard all of these things hanging down. So here are the points here. I kind of thought they should have been like out more, but that's where they are. And that comes like that. Love the neckline. See, everything, it does, it fits well. And when I take it back off, I'll show you because I don't think you can see, the detail on the side here is amazing. And then there's the detail all the way down the back. The length is really nice. So you can see the length of the dress. I could make it down if I wanted, but I think it was supposed to be below the knee on the picture, at least. I almost wonder if I did that wrong. I think that's supposed to stick out more, but oh well. It's fabulous. I highly, highly recommend the pattern. It's called the fitted dress for a reason. All right. So, but yeah, if I get a little closer, you can see the color, pattern. Can you see that? No, you still can't see the side panel, so I'll have to take it off. But, so there we go. Finished object, the fitted dress. I know her first name is Brandi. I can't remember her second name. I don't have, oh, I should have the pattern handy. It's right here. I have quite a bit of yarn left over. Fatwoolco bag. Does it have her name? Fitted dress. Fitted dress. Doesn't have her name on the pattern. It was in Vogue Knitting. You can also get it on Ravelry. Of course, I will have all the information down below, but I have this, but for the crochet details, you need 3 skeins. You have to crochet with three strands at a time. So you need to know crochet as well as knitting, but it's lovely. I can't wait to wear this for the first time. I need to weave in all the ends. So, well, maybe I'll just leave it on for now. It's cold enough to wear. Okay, let's see. So that's it for knitting. Oh, wait, no, there's one more. Fatwoolco sleep bag on the airplane for our trip. Of course, I couldn't take this. This is highly really not a travel project at all. Neither, well, I hadn't started the sweater yet because I didn't buy the yarn. I had the Magnolia. What else was I working on? Maybe that shawl I was still working on. I bet you I was still working on the shawl. So I didn't really want to take that. Maybe I took 4 projects. I took a hat and the pom-pom for the hat. Why I took the pom-pom, I have no idea, but I did. And I wanted to make Christmas socks. So I made a sock on the trip. Actually, I finished it when we got back, but it was mostly done. And it fits my foot perfectly. You'll see no bulging here in the calf. Of course, this is not a knee sock. It's a standard sock. This is yarn that I had seen on Grocery Girls, I don't know, 2 years ago. It is Freckled Whimsy. Mint Mocha. No, Peppermint Mocha. Peppermint Mocha. It's 80/20 merino nylon, 3-ply fingering. Freckled Whimsy. And I kept watching her Etsy store and it was never there, never there, never there. And then I think Jodi showed it again this summer or late this winter. And I thought, well, for goodness sakes, why can't I get this yarn? Well, then I realized that she has moved to her own website. So you have to go to Freckled Whimsy. I'll put it down in the show notes. I think it's freckledwhimsy.com probably. I don't know if it's on here. And the red, I have no idea. It was a mini. Oh wait, yes I do. Valkyrie Fibers. It was a one-of-a-kind. Must have been the Halloween. Did that have come with a Halloween color? I don't know. One of a kind, so this is what I used for the toe and the heel. I do toe-up socks. I do my own custom stitch count with Arna and Carlos's Easiest Sock in the World. They go to 16 inches, I go to 14 inches, and then I keep going until 2 inches from the back of my foot. I put in scrap yarn, keep going until whatever height I wanted to make it, and then go back in and do the heel. Now, you know, remember before, for the knee socks I made, I was rewound the second half of the yarn and made sure I started so the stripes matched. This time I did not care. So the stripes will not match on these, but I thought that was okay. So yeah, it's great. And I did order 2 other Christmas sock yarns. Oh, let's see. So these are all self-striping. So put that over here. These are from the Yarn Jar. Probably saw these on Grocery Girls too, I'm not sure. This one, Christmas Sprinkles. So it's a gray, tonal gray and white with the red and then the speckled section. And this one is Christmas, oh, Merry Mint with Christmas Merry Mint. These are both by the Yarn Jar. So these are solids, no speckles, but you see brown, aqua, red, white, green. So, and again, those will just be the easiest sock in the world. So easy for the self-striping. I do have other socks I would like to make. Like I bought I didn't do this round, but the first round of Helen Stewart's. No, Storm, ouch. Children, the four-legged kind. Helen Stewart's Sock Society. I've made one. I've already shown those. But those are more solid yarns, I think. At least that's what I prefer. The stripes take away from the beautiful stitch patterns. Okay. Honestly, now we're done with the knitting. Yes, we're done with the knitting. I won't even bother. We're 48 minutes in, and I won't even bother going into future projects because, well, I showed you one. I still want to do the Soldatna, which I'm still interviewing yarns for. Anyway, so let's get into, we'll stick with the yarn. Geraldine and I have a show coming up, fiber show. Oh, sorry, I knocked the table. We will be in Imlay City, I-M-L-A-Y City, September 21st, 22nd, whatever that Thursday, Friday, Saturday is, of this month. And it's a brand new fiber festival, so we shall see how it goes. But we've been dyeing some yarn. Oh! Huge news. Huge news. All right, I'll be right back. Huge news. I can't believe I forgot to bring this out. Huge. Huge. Huge news. I can't even believe I forgot about this. So, Roberta Rae Fibers. Roberta Rae Fibers, the company that I own with my friend Geraldine. We were the June dyers of the month for Wool and Honey's Yarn Club. And if you're not familiar with Wool and Honey, it's a beautiful, beautiful yarn shop in Cedar, Michigan, this tiny, tiny little town just outside of Traverse City in northwestern Lower Michigan. And for their yarn club, they take a photo, an inspiration photo of Michigan landscape. It could be the lake, it could be the sky, I mean anything. So for June, it was a beautiful photo of if you were out on a boat looking towards shore at sunset. And there was a sand dune, and the sand dune had this beautiful peachy brown glow, and there was the scrub brush and the dune grasses and the trees that were the really dark green, and then there was the blue of the sky. The water had like a purpley blue color, and so that was the inspiration photo. And so we chose an absolutely gorgeous base. And do I have the information on the base handy? No. I just remembered this 30 seconds ago. But it's cashmere. It's cashmere, silk, and merino, if I remember correctly. And so these are some leftover skeins. So we're a little cool today with the lights that I have going on. So it's actually a little warmer than this, a little than how it's there. Back here you can kind of see it better. But these were extra skeins. But yeah, June dyers of the month for Wool and Honey. And hopefully we have another announcement coming soon that we'll be able to share before too long. So that happened with with Roberta Rae Fibers. That was huge. It was a huge honor. We worked our tails off. So if any of you received yarn, hopefully you like it. Tag us with your finished project. We'd love to see it knitted up. So we've been dyeing yarn. We had a huge show at the Tip of the Mitt Fiber Fair in May. Just about cleaned us out. So we were busy dyeing lately for this show coming up in Imlay City. So I thought I would show you some of our new colors. Some of these are still a little wet. So this is on cashmere. Cashmere sock. These don't have names yet, so I'm just going to show you some colors. Isn't that one great? Love that one. Oh my gosh, stop. Storm, out. Out. Go. No, go. Out. We've already gone over this. She gets in front of Clark, stares at him, drives him absolutely nuts. This one, fabulous. That's also on cashmere. This one is a colorway we've stocked before called Tarnished Silver. So it's a tonal gray to light gray with some little hints of brown here and there. Really love that one. This one, I think, is another dye of Monster Mash. So we're really very happy with our speckles. Look at those great speckles. So love that one too. So those are still drying. We got this. Isn't that one great? Plus we've done some extra mohair, some new mohair colors. So we've got this fabulous tonal gray. You could do that. I mean, you could do the gray with the tarnished silver. Oh my gosh. I mean, oh. Now this skein has a lot of purple. We also have this beautiful purple mohair. So again, these don't have names, but while this is uploading, I'm going to be putting all of these in our store on Robertaraefibers.com. So look at that. You could fade with, well, I don't know if that would work, but there's that. Oh, this one is a new one. Absolutely gorgeous. Kind of now again, it's more caramely. See, it's more caramel than it is up close, but I want you to be able to see the speckles too. Just gorgeous. We don't have a name for that yet, but to go with that, I'm just going to throw everything up here. We also have this mohair. Oh, look at that lusciousness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't stand it. You could do this with this mohair. Oh, I'm giving myself my own shivers. Awesome. Blue and white tie-dye effect. I gotta have some more water. I'm drinking water since everybody wants to know what people are drinking. It's infused with a 2 limes, a lemon, fresh mint from outside that's growing rampant in the woods, and cucumber. It's very good. Oh, this is a new color. I mean, honestly, look at the speckles. We're so excited. We are so excited. And with the mohair, are you kidding? Oh my goodness. I can hardly stand it. Let's see. This is a colorway we've had, Greek Isles. Isn't that one great? The speckles. Let's see here, I gotta dig down. Oh, this is it's a nice blue-gray. That's a nice blue undertone with the gray on top. You could fade it with that. Would be awesome. And of course, the mohair. Oh, I'm telling you, don't dye yarn. It's a huge rabbit hole. Oh, and we just have a couple skeins of this cashmere, which of course goes with that. And of course, we could do it with that. popular one for us, Quiet Riot. This one's a little darker. And speckles. Love that. Again, mohair, Quiet Riot. I think this is on cashmere. Oh, this is a great one. They're all great, or else I wouldn't show it. Okay, don't knock my light off, dog. She rotated it, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point. Look at that. Okay, this is much darker. See, way back here, it's much darker. Call this jadeite, I think. I'm going to call this one jadeite. Cashmere. Isn't that pretty? What else do I have in my bucket of joyfulness? Oh, here we go. Isn't that pretty? Speckles. And look, you could fade it with that one. You could even go in that direction if you wanted, if that was your jam. So that one's awesome. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Gorgeous blue. Gorgeous blue. Let's see. I've done that. I did J. Oh, here's another one. Oh, look at that. You could do that. I wonder if you could even, I don't know about that, but would you do this? I don't know. But anyway, at the very least, oh, and if you really wanted to, I was watching a new podcast to me, Caddy Jacks. A couple of gals out of Wisconsin, and they, let's see, we have four colors of mohair. Where's the other one? They put, I have a gray, oh here, there's the four colors. So we also have this in mohair. So if you wanted that, if you wanted that, really, I mean, you could even do it on top of that. And I'm thinking of this, which I would not have thought of, but the ladies from Caddy Jacks, she made everyday sweater? Can't remember. You'll have to watch her podcast. And I tried to find it on her Instagram and I couldn't find it. They made, oh yeah, so the stripes with the mohair. They, I think the merino yarn they used, and I can't remember whose it was, I think it was called Pop Rocks. And it was this darker bricky red speckle, and she put a bisque colored, cream colored mohair on top, and I would thought, oh my gosh, no, that doesn't go at all. But and then she had the sweater on, and the next, she makes like a sweater a week. She had the sweater on. It was stunning, because you saw it the mohair toned down the brightness and the craziness of the Pop Rocks, the red of the merino yarn, and then gave this bisque is all I can think of, this creamy tan color halo, and it was just beautiful. So why not? You would have this showing with this showing with the speckles, and then it would have this halo over top of it. Just amazing. Just amazing. So I think those are all of our new colors. Yeah. So those are all of the Roberta Rae colors. So, gosh, I have this huge mound of delicious yarn in front of me. So yeah, big year so far for Roberta Rae. So we're very excited. Thank you everyone for your support. Again, I will have all of these new colors, and these are our new mohair colors in the shop while this is uploading. Okay, so as you also know, I'm a sewer. So that's it for yarn and knitting. So if you are not interested in garment sewing, thank you so much for watching. The rest is going to be future projects for sewing. So thank you. And let's get on to sewing. I've got a bunch of new patterns. I found an awesome website. I think it's called Merchant and Mills. No. Is that what it's called? And they have a selection of modern sewing patterns. And of course I'll put the information down below. But not all of these came from them, but many of these did. So I think I've showed this fabric before. I'm still trying to find the proper pattern for this. It's a very silky, rayon-y, drapey fabric. So I'm still trying to find a pattern for that. And I think I want to do, well, actually I still can't make up my mind, so I'm not sure. But I got this pattern. It's called the raglan. That would drape nicely with this fabric. The raglan dress top. But if it's too blousy and balloony, I don't know. See, I don't know. It was too baggy for me. But I don't know. So, but I have that pattern. I also got Liesel. Oh, that is by the Artful Seamstress. This is Liesel and Company Gallery Tunic and Dress. So it shows the tunic. So I'm thinking that fabric would do nicely for this. And you can see the dress is the longer version here. So that actually is the biggest contender for this fabric. And just because I liked it, this is, the designer is Made in Denim, and the top is called Francine. Oh, a Fisherman, sorry. Francine maybe is, I don't know. It says Francine, Made in Denim, Merchant and Mills on the bottom. But it's the Fisherman top and dress. So that's the top. But that collar would not work, I don't think, for my fabric. So this will be for something else. But there we go. So I have that. I really like this. It's the camber set. So you can either make the dress or a shirt. I'd love to do one out of a flannel like they show in that picture there. Then I have this wrap dress. I like the long sleeve, and it's the longer version. That other gray dress that I made that I've shown before, that fabric, it's a bamboo and silk, I think. Bamboo jersey. That would be really nice. I'd like to do that in a navy. A deep navy, like a rich, deep navy. And I got this one as a possibility for that fabric, but I don't know. I like that. And then there's a long version, which is really nice. I like that long version. And then I really liked this top. That's like a stiffer fabric. Let me see, does it say what kind of? No, but not a drapey fabric, a stiffer fabric. This I'm definitely making next. I think I want to make the short sleeve, or the sleeveless version. And I want to make it out of this Robert Kaufman metallic linen. So I specifically got this for that dress in the sleeveless. And the last one that I thought looked really cool was this hoodie dress. Be nice out of not necessarily a thick flannel because it needs to have some movement and drape and stretch, but some sort of like a heavy knit. So, yes, a lot of sewing. I also picked up Rifle Paper Company. This in canvas. I'm not going to wear it, but, I mean I could, but, no idea. A bag of some sort, maybe some pillows, maybe pillows for Blue Betty, the camper. I'm not sure, but, oh, love that. And then the last, oh, I have a couple new bags for Fatwoolco Company, project bags. These are the Knit Night clutch. So I've got this one. Got the little handle there. Here's the inside of the bag. Anna Maria Horner. And this one. So those are two new bags. I have a show this weekend for Fatwoolco Company in Rochester, Michigan. Rochester Art and Apples. So if you are in the Detroit area and would like to see my wool for Fatwool or the project bags or say hi, please stop by. And the last thing on the wall over here, it's a quilt that I'm working on. This is my own design based on, I was inspired by a photo I saw on Instagram. And that was a square. This one's a rectangle. And I'll show the, if I can find it, I'll show the inspiration photo. But so that's half of the quilt. I'm gonna do the bottom half, a mirror image of that. And so this was my design process. I wanted it rectangular, so luckily I used a full sheet of paper. And I measured with a ruler and decided that every eighth of an inch was an inch. I think it was either every eighth of an inch was an inch on my ruler. And so then I just went through and then I measured from the longest edge to the longest edge, and then of course added for the seam allowance to figure out my length. And then to figure out my color pattern, I got some markers out and was doing different things. This is a Christmas present, and he doesn't watch this. So my brother-in-law built a house, and his ceiling is in the kitchen and living room is actually very close to this color. So I was trying to pull in from the ceiling, and so then I went through and the colors. So took a lot of time to figure out the measurements and decide if the math was right and things, and the cutting of all the strips takes time. But that's what we have so far. And of course I ran out of fabric because I only bought a yard of each thinking that would be plenty. Well, it's not. So, but I got more fabric, so I need to cut out the second half and get that sewn. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to sew it. Quilt it. I might just, it's either going to have to be an all-over stipple. If you're a quilter and if you have ideas on a good quilting pattern for this, I'd rather be more imaginative than just follow the stripes and do straight lines, but that probably will be most likely what I do. But anyway. So, gosh. Yeah, a lot of things have happened in the last 6 months. Been crazy busy. Our big trip, which was amazing. All the things happening with Roberta Rae, and oh my gosh. yeah, that was hard work, but it was an honor, and we were very happy with the yarn. And if you receive some of our yarn, we sure hope you like it also. So that was it. I think that was everything. I've shown you my garden. We've gone through all the yarn, my sewing, projects that need work, projects that are almost done. Yeah, maybe that's supposed to sit up there, but it does. It has plenty of room to hang down. You can wear it however you want, I'm sure. However you want, darling. So, yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm going to make some scarves this afternoon for Fatwool for the show this weekend. I've got to get all this up. I've taken all the pictures. I need to get those posted in our shop, which I will do now. And I think that is it. So hopefully it will not be another 6 months before I podcast again, but you never know. But my slow time is coming where I really don't have a lot going on. September is still pretty busy. I'm busy the next 10 weekends. Between fiber shows for Roberta Rae and Fatwool, plus I work part-time for a florist, a beautiful, beautiful florist in Charlevoix, and I help with wedding flowers. So if I'm not working a wedding, I'm at a fiber show for the next 10 weeks, with an exception to our 7th or 8th annual Ladies Weekend in Mackinac Island. So that's coming up the end of the month. Maybe I'll do a live little video or something. Show you around Mackinac Island, one of my favorite places in the entire world. Okay, so that's it. Have a great day. Have a great September. If you're affected by the hurricane, oh my gosh, I hope you are safe. I hope your family is safe. Just the devastation is really unthinkable, really. I mean, just the videos coming out. So prayers and safety to all of you, and those of you who are not affected by any major disasters, happy knitting, happy sewing, happy gardening, happy school year. Bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.